Unless you have been living on a deserted island with no internet access for the past 20 years, you will have no doubt heard of the law of attraction, and even given it a fair try. I would guess that for most of you, you have had limited success. I have had some success with it in surprising ways, but it has been more miss than hit. You just have to start a YouTube channel to know what the misses feel like. What gives? So you've probably watched a lot of videos, even read a lot of books to try and figure it all out. You know that there is truth to it. It becomes clear that what happens is that somehow something shifts in a person, their life changes, and then they start a YouTube channel in an attempt to teach what is really so subjective it cannot be taught, only realized. If it really was as simple as focusing on what you want and feeling good most of the time, then everyone would be doing that. But you quickly discover that it isn't as simple as that. There is something else going on. Yes, we do create our own reality. All signs point that way. But how does it work, and how can we use this knowledge to make it work for us? I will say this. The times that it has worked for me have happened like this. I sent out an intention for something, then I forgot about it. Not on purpose though. I simply let it go and forgot about it. Then an unexpected circumstance arose and suddenly that thing was there. This is the catch though. It has never worked for me when I tried to let go and forget about it. It all has to be sincere. Have you ever tried to let go and forget about something that is so important to you, but you simply don't have it and have no means of getting it? You can't, I know. So here is how I see it working. Think of a movie theater, the old reel projector type. The screen is the fabric of space and time. What is projected on the screen is the present reality. Your mind is the projector and your consciousness is the light that projects the image. The image source is the reel loaded into the projector. It passes in front of the light of consciousness and is projected on the screen. If we perceive it, then we are projecting it. As Carl Jung said, perception is projection. So how do you know what reel is loaded? Well, what are you thinking most of the time? Or rather, what is the predominant theme of what you are thinking? You see, most people are plugged into the past. So the past is the reel that keeps on playing and is continually projected. The past tends to have so much weight because of unreleased emotions and unprocessed trauma, so much that it has its own gravity, and we are pulled back to the past over and over. That's why your present seems to follow the themes of the past. The past just keeps recurring because that is the reel that is loaded into your projector. You don't attract anything, you project it and perceive it. So how do we change the reel? Well, quantum physics has given us a clue. In the double slit experiment, first performed in 1801 by scientist Thomas Young, light was fired through two slits. It behaved as a wave or potential. But the moment it was measured, it started behaving as a particle. Now I have summarized this dramatically, but what is implied is that potential becomes certainty when it is measured. So how are we measuring the light of conscious that we are currently projecting? Awareness. The fact that you have emotional responses to what you're thinking, even unconsciously, means that you are measuring the thoughts and are aware of them. Presto changeo, potential becomes reality. But if the reel that is loaded is essentially you being stuck in the past, what happens when you live in the present moment? You are no longer playing the reel. You now have the opportunity to tune into higher frequency reels. Spirituality and even religion assists us in connecting to higher thoughts. And once we start projecting those, our perception changes. But it has to be consistent, not a once-off thing. Another way of thinking about it is that who we are is what gets projected. What we perceive out there is who we are. So if you change who you are by doing something like shadow work or EFT tapping to release the past, you will essentially be changing what is projected. This is a lot of work though, and simply attempting to think positive thoughts is not going to be enough. Why did forgetting about something work though? I think because focusing on something you don't have is energetically projecting the lack of that thing. Once you have something, you will energetically accept that you have it and won't project the lack of it anymore. So forgetting does the same thing. What do you think? Have you ever made manifestation work for you, and how did you do it? Drop a comment below and let's have a conversation. If this has helped you, inspired you, or made you think, why not like and subscribe? And I will see you all in the next one.